We start a couple minutes early, so we will call the select board meeting to order at 5:58.
Okay.
Stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Brother Bill, did you have a chance to look at the meeting minutes for March 11th?
Yes, I did.
Any issues?
I didn't have any issues.
All right, I would make a motion that we would accept March 11th select board meeting minutes as written.
Second?
All in
Oh,
favor?
I can't.
No, you can. We got two to do. This is the one that you.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
This is what I need you to do.
Yeah, okay, all right, yes.
All in favor? All right.
Seems like the last one was just this past Tuesday.
It does seem like that. There you are, brother. And you guys all have a chance to look at meeting minutes from March 25th.
Yes.
Any issues or amendments?
Nope.
All right, I would entertain a motion to accept these as written.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure. All right. Warrant number 39, expenses $96,505.69. Checks 15,927 through 15,937. Receipts $39,406.20. Receipts numbers 1733 through 1794. Percent of 2023 real estate taxes collected year to date is 97.6.
Hey, that went up.
It did go up. We're getting there. Percentage of 2024 real estate taxes collected year to date is at 87.1. Does anyone have anything for open session?
Yeah, I would like to talk about us withdrawing from RSU 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand up so everybody can see me.
Yes.
We have not had our first meeting yet. I just volunteered to be on the committee that's going to do the research involved to find out if it will work for us to withdraw from RSU 10. When I look at the budget this year, and it's just astounding to me that our percentage is 10%, Buckfield's percentage is 10%, Rumford's percentage is 4%. That's how much their taxes will go up. And I don't get it, I don't understand it. I'm not in the weeds of that process yet. What Cam asked is that, do we have records in Sumner that go back 5 or 10 years so we can look at the budget and how it's progressed? Now, we've been in RSU 10 for more than 10 years, so I might want to look at some of the SAD 39 budget just to see what they looked like. Like I said before, there is a process for withdrawing from RSU 10, and I don't remember. Do you remember 18 steps, 20 steps? It's all outlined.
I went on the DOE
It is.
website.
And we have to be sure that Hartford, Sumner, and Buckfield are all in agreement, and that all of our ducks are in a row, and that when we say we're pulling out, there's a time clock that starts ticking. And until we say it, we're not on the time clock. But we can do as much research as we need to. We can line everything up and see that we've got items 1 through 18 or 1 through 24, all in agreement. Everybody's thinking the same thing. Everybody's in the same direction. And then we'll tell them we're moving out. I don't know if it's going to work for us or not, but all we can do is look and research and say, okay. I mean, if our taxes are going to increase by 50%, I might say, oh, I don't know about this, but it's really up to the town to vote on it. But if we do our research and we say, hey, this is what it looks like if we stay in, this is what it looks like if we leave, then the town can make an informed decision, so.
Are you trying to get that done before the, town meeting?
Not this year,
No.
no. It takes several months
Okay.
for it to happen. I'm hoping by next year, we might get
But
it.
what about just, being able to, do an information thing at the town meeting about it?
As soon as, probably not this year,
No?
probably not, because all I'm saying is we're starting the process. We're
Right.
just starting to look and
Okay.
starting to explore. I can't really answer any other questions than that.
Yes.
So you guys did meet and had
Not
an
yet.
informational meeting?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay.
Cam is calling it all together.
Okay.
And when he sent out his first letter, he asked about if Sumner had any records of what we've paid into,
Okay.
for the past 10 years.
You'd be in all the old town reports.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go through them.
So I've heard of two recommendations, just to make sure you're talking with Judy Berg from Buckfield, which I'm sure he's probably already talked about.
Mhm.
She apparently has all the paperwork from that effort, and I guess she headed it up. And then to talk with Barbara Chow, who is
Mhm.
the board chair of RSU 56, because she was apparently on the board
Okay.
at the time when they separated, and she's
Mhm.
now the board chair
Mhm.
there, so she would
Judy
have.
Bird for sure, because she's got tons of information.
So those are the two key
Yes.
pieces of information that I keep hearing, people say,
Yes.
make sure you talk to Dixfield, do
Yes,
go, and
yes,
talk to Judy Berg, so.
yes, yes. I'm
Excellent.
sure that's what we're gonna do, but I'm trying to come to the meeting, the first meeting, a little bit more informed, and
Absolutely.
everybody that I've talked to has said, yeah, I think it's time. But there are expenses that I'm unclear about how we meet them. There are special needs kids that get, sent to other schools that we pay tuition for, like to Margaret Murphy, or to, what are the other ones? Anyway.
Randall, or.
Yeah, and some kids, I don't know if that still happens, but some kids who were gifted and talented before we had a gifted and talented program were tuitioned to Oxford Hills. So, now we have a gifted and talented program, so we don't send those kids away anymore, but, and some of our kids, have gone to, Maine Math and Science up in Limestone. So, because they were so smart that we couldn't meet their needs, so.
Are you gonna develop a budget?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And get the town's approval on it, and get the town to say, yeah, I think we could do that. All we're doing is looking at, is it possible? I'm not gonna say we should or we shouldn't yet, until we look at all the numbers. Cause if the numbers work, then, okay, but if the numbers don't work, then, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's up to the town to vote. So, that's all I know so far. After I go to my first meeting, I'll report in.
Do we know when the first meeting was?
No, it hasn't been.
It hasn't been decided
No.
yet? Okay.
No, Cam just wanted everybody to send in their paperwork and why do you wanna be on this committee and when can you meet, and
Mhm.
so I said any night but Tuesday, so. We'll see.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being willing to do that.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
All right. Planning board report.
Good evening. The planning board approved a building notification on Ridge Road, and had to table another one off of 219, just so that the CEO has a chance to get there and take a look at setbacks to make sure everything's okay to go. New CEO is up and running. Sounds like really knowledgeable, really willing to help out with the issues we have here in Sumner, and other than that, that's it.
All right. The porch on Reading Road, 613 Reading Road. I spoke with him today, and so I guess there was some issues around who was doing the survey. I guess it was an older gentleman that he had called to do the survey, and he said that the gentleman said that he was retired, et cetera, and then like a certain amount of time later, I don't know how long, the guy was out in his yard doing the survey.
Okay.
Um,
The same guy who retired, or there's somebody else from the same outfit?
no, the same guy, I guess
Okay.
he's in his late 70s or something like that.
Okay.
Wow.
And he said, so he basically, he's not sure how to go about it. We talked about it a little bit with Susan Runes, and she said there's just an amendment that you can make to a survey and whatever. So I talked to him today, and he said that if we could figure out, he's like, I don't know anything about that. I said, well, I'll figure out what the steps and the processes are, so that way there's both 2-acre lots or whatever. So
And that's actually exactly what the planning board figured was the issue, was that somebody, whoever did the survey, just kind of made an error.
yeah. I mean, I don't know what the property. I mean, I know driving up, it looks like you should just be able to tweak a line.
Yeah.
So I did talk to him today about that.
Yeah, then as soon as that's resolved, the building notification will be voted on.
Yep.
Thank you.
Our She-10 report.
Alrighty, so I wanna thank everybody who came out to the March 27th meeting that had been rescheduled from the prior Monday because of snow. This is the meeting that was held at Buckfield Junior Senior High School, which was technically part 2 of the budget. A few days later, we had a budget workshop that had to be held because there were so many cuts that were being discussed. So that was on Monday, March 31st, and there were cuts that were reviewed that could reduce the budget down to an increase district-wide of 6.7%. But for us, it's 10.3% for us increase over last year, and Buckfield is 10.1% increase over last year, and Hartford, it comes in at an 8.9% increase. So again, district-wide, that is a 6.7% increase over last year. Rumford comes in at 4.4%, I believe. And I do have the latest version of this ED 279 with projected cuts. However, the board technically still needs to vote on all of the potential cuts. There's a lot of discussion that goes into that. Last year, that was held at Mountain Valley High School in the library, where the board came together to just vote on all 15 of those items. So you can imagine it gets pretty heated because, you know, we're talking about programming cuts, we're talking about cuts in potential positions or repairs that were scheduled. So I would encourage people to attend this upcoming Monday, either remotely or at Mountain Valley High School in the cafeteria. That meeting is at 6:30, so that's Monday, April 14th, so a few days from now. At 6:30, not 6 o'clock. The budget meetings were a little bit early, but now we're back to our 6:30 schedule for anybody who's been interested in coming to those. It's the second entrance of Mountain Valley High School, so for anybody who doesn't know how to get there, act like you're going to Walmart on Route 108, right? That's Route 108, not Route 2, I forget.
Correct.
I grew up in Rumford, I can't remember which one's 108 and which one's Route 2, but go past Walmart, head past, through Mexico, past Hosmer Field, and heading up the hill where Hannaford is on the right. You take a right at that traffic light and you go down until you see the high school. The first entrance would be where meetings in the library take place. The second entrance is where the cafeteria is. So for anybody who is regularly wanting to attend these meetings, go to the second entrance. I know I'd seen somebody who had been asking questions like, where is this? So now everybody knows. Okay, let's see here. I think that was it. And again, if people want to attend remotely, the link to the remote meeting is at the top of every agenda. So the agenda should be posted. I believe it's now posted by Thursdays. You can see that on the school websites or the district website. And if anybody has any problems finding that, feel free to call town office or call central office. Or you can email me. I am at kchapman@rsu10.org. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, Doug Fournier's
Everything's okay.
almost. Fire department report is all is well. We are sending 3 guys to Buckfield for firefighter 1 and 2 in a few weeks. I would also update that Doug, myself, and the fire chief and lieutenant from Buckfield walked through the Newton property on Sunday morning. And so there's a process in which Doug will have to apply to the state basically to be able to use it for training, and because there's different forms for acquired properties, etc., structures, but like roofing's gonna have to be removed, siding's gonna have to be removed, all the contents will have to be taken out, but there is potential for it to be used for training. If not, for actual training, they will probably be able to just burn it, and then we can just clean up the rubble. So we're exploring those options.
Can I make a comment on that?
Yep.
So it had been suggested to me by Jerry Wiley a while back, and he's a former board member for Buckfield. When the Hartford Sumner Elementary School has been having problems with all of the cars with parent pickup line, and what are they gonna do about their parking lots, that whole situation. Jerry Wiley had said to me, that building could be, torn down and a parking lot could be put there. And he also said, and I don't know whether this is valid or not, but he said it, so I'm just putting it out there, that the water on that side of the road is okay. And whereas the elementary school water has apparently, there's been issues with it. So I'm just putting this out there that there will need to be some kind of an expansion of that parking lot, and there is a water situation. So if you're all done with that as a training facility, and it's town acquired property at that point, right? So maybe in the future that could be a use.
Absolutely. We wanna, yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think if it was to do anything like that and we do not leave the RSU, that we need to do some sort of a lease to the RSU. But if we do leave the RSU, then we might have a different discussion on what you actually do with it.
Isn't it swampy right across from the elementary school?
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna put a very deep parking lot in there, but you might be able to get, a row or 2 of cars deep before you're not gonna go very deep. There's 4 acres there, but you're not gonna be too far before the water.
Pretty swampy.
Yeah, so, I mean, someone would have to look at cost over, just like everything. So, yeah. So that's the update on that. Mr. Corson?
Yep, we just started, cutting trees on Bonnie Road and the Gammon Road today. I wanna get that done before they come in and grind. I believe the grind is gonna be, end of April, 1st of May, if the weather permits, and they're ready to go as soon as we're ready to go.
Yep.
So that'll be a big job done, get them 2 roads ground up. And then I got I got rocks to dig out first. I still got a couple culverts to put in on that road, but I'm gonna start work here right off. I think I can start digging.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna hurt the road any, cause we're gonna grind it, so
Yeah, right.
let's get to work on it.
Yeah.
That's about it. Other than that, if, I did get a message that there's a hole on DeCosta Road.
Yeah, 270, she said.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and any of them calls, I mean, I can't keep going around, looking, so it's good to have a call, so anytime they call, just give me a ring and we'll go get it
I
fixed.
will.
'Cause I'm sure they're opening up
Or tell
everywhere.
them to.
They're opening up everywhere. I had to fix a couple driveway culverts, the frost let go and it sunk right in. But yeah, we're gonna have that everywhere right now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right, we didn't have a Burnley Homes report. All right. Forms, reports, correspondence, looks like nothing. New business, looks like nothing. Old business, nothing. Upcoming events, we don't even have an upcoming event. Unbelievable. What do you got? Oh, yeah. Wait a minute, back up. I'm gonna go back to ACO report. March was a busy month in Sumner, with 21 logged calls. A wide range of situations were handled: loose animals, sick, injured pets, administration tasks, 2 notable bite investigations, 2 animals transported to the shelter, 1 bite incident, which was actually our ACO.
Uh-oh.
So he had to get preventative rabies shots. 1 dog on rooster incident resulted in a quarantine.
Interesting. Okay.
13 summons.
The rooster.
Probably the dog.
13 summonses issued for violations at a single residence. I'm gonna assume that's Abbott Pond, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Multiple cases involved repeat reports and ongoing follow-ups. Buddy, a friendly reported loose dog, was eventually located and further investigation is being conducted. Mileage totaled 297.7. So as of this warrant, ACO is over budget for the year, and current projections is looking like we will be about $1,200 over budget for the year, if trends continue the same. So, Board of Appeals has 1 opening.
Speaking of Board of Appeals, they've got some potential training.
And yes, we have 2 in October,
One in July.
1 in July,
July
and the one in July is in Freeport in person, and then in October, there's either one in Augusta in person, or they can Zoom it here, so
Cool.
that's what
October.
we've got so far available, and we did email, the people who are on the board now, that information, so they can.
Awesome. Yeah. They can
Whatever
get
they-
the
Yeah.
sooner the better.
Yes.
The planning board has 1 opening for an alternate currently. We're still looking for members for a comprehensive plan committee to update the current comprehensive plan. Nomination papers are at the town office. There's 1 select board member and 1 RSU 10 representative up for election this year. Scholarship applications dues are April 30th. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Did you get your paperwork filed out? You did? I guess I'll turn mine in tonight. So, alright, I don't have anything further. Do either of you?
Nope.
Alright,
I motion that we adjourn.
Second?
alright, all in favor? Alright, select board meeting adjourned, 6:21.